Yeah, it got confusing because it got so packed in there. The Vimea and the Manduka both go up. I would call we could practically wait to put it up until next winter.
Yeah.
But some of this is but if we give it another 3 or 4 weeks, it's going to be out of season, and we'll be getting our next delivery.
So we'll do these.
And the Lime and Vine pictures are all up on their website, so you should be able to pull easy images.
Yeah, that's probably one of the bigger things, that the speed of getting that stuff up. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I do.
Yes, sir.
So these don't exist in either studio. So we decided I should really put it back into our stock or not. It exists, showing that we have two of these here and 0 anywhere else. But I mean, I'm saying like they're not in Treehouse and they're not in Studio U, so I don't think I should add it to.
No, I would just leave it.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Absolutely.
Because we're showing
a little
two
confusion back there. Other states and say I couldn't find it anywhere. I googled it in your site, and I think that's the only thing that happened.
Yeah. I hear a lot of people say, I saw this on your site, so I came in today.
Oh, I love it, Steve.
Yeah.
People are definitely on there. I'm not joking when I believe how many people have said that they were reading the blog regularly and like waiting for it to come out.
That's cool.
It makes me feel so happy.
Lisa, right now under active jackets, you've got the Free People double weave denim. That doesn't seem to fit.
What's that?
We have the Free People double weave denim jacket. That doesn't seem to fit under active jackets.
You know, I actually brought that up to Lau on a voicemail this morning as an example because we were just chatting about these categories that she's putting in the e-blast tomorrow, and she was like, so look through, see if there are things. And I said, well, it's so funny because I'm on all activewear, and on the first page I see the double weave denim jacket. I don't understand how this is. It's totally random. It definitely doesn't.
It doesn't.
have
Okay,
any
I'm
active
checking. I'll
qualities.
get it fixed. I'll.
Awesome.
She brought up some stuff too, and she shared it with you.
She only very briefly told me that she had spoken with you and Judy, or maybe
She sent us an email last night.
just trying to clarify, like, how. What is it in the process that causes something to end up somewhere, or not end up somewhere.
So it ends up somewhere because there's a word
Yeah.
spelled a very specific way in a collection
Yeah.
or not in a collection.
So I think she gave me like dresses as an example of
She
like
had-
there's many. Or,
So
right.
what Judy did, and I'll share this with Judy, she put on this 90. It looks like a mini to me too. But when you put many, that's what dresses many.
So you have to know that within a collection specifically what identifies something.
It's really
The
confusing.
system's almost too smart.
Yes, and what it means is maybe it's many 90
Yeah.
or something like that. It's more what I show a lot is there's tags for us.
Yeah.
Where things go in categories, and then there are tags for people searching.
Exactly.
And if we need something to show up in a specific place, there needs to be a tag in a collection to do that.
Right.
So the other one was the sandals, the new sandals.
Yes. Yes.
And what happened there, and this one I don't remember setting that collection up. And then I went in this morning, I was like, I'm pretty sure I did because the only tag in there was sandals and flip-flops.
Okay.
So you would have to tag it, sandals, plural, and flip-flops as a tag
So
for it to
if
show
you
up.
didn't tag it like that and you just
Exactly.
said sandals,
Wouldn't show up. So I changed it. What let me know that I probably would set it up is I would put sandals,
right?
flip-flops.
Right.
Because between the five,
Of course.
so and I did that early. I sure
Yeah.
I did that a couple months ago after a conversation we had on our meeting. We went back through all the collections
Yes.
and added these other things. And so we don't have to go redo things. It's just what do we call?
You know what it tells me? There's sort of like a bigger thing that kind of emerges from this in my mind, and that is that the system and this whole, complex compute, like it's trying to be smart for us, and it's really helpful because it's just a really great thing that we have it and that it can do this, but at the same time that it's there as a tool, but it's not where the buck stops. That really, at the end of the day, the most intelligent part of this process is us as humans. And so whatever we do, it's highlighting to me, I feel like we need to build in some kind of, and I think this is where Carrie could really come in, some sort of literally like weekly audit process that doesn't take very long, but that is really just, once the whole site's audited, really just checking out new arrivals, like the first page of every collection to make sure there isn't anything misplaced on there, because it's just, at that stage, it will just be new arrivals. So the system will we keep refining it so that most of the time it gets it right, but it will never be 100%.
It's really complex because we have a wide variety of product types.
Right.
And that's the challenge.
Right.
It would be like, well, how did you miss that? Well, in the context of, we don't do plain white t-shirts with no graphic.
Right.
I mean, we do.
We have a
we
few,
do what we
but
do.
Right.
We do that plus a bajillion. I mean,
Exactly.
here's today. These are things you need to know. It's about these other
Yeah.
Total product is 2180.
That is
2,100. So that right there is where the challenge comes in. In all these categories and all these different things. Because I thought, well, I could set up if you're doing a men's top, here
Right.
makes sense.
Right.
And then we need to replicate that for every type of generic product. It's like,
No, and there isn't a generic product. There's a problem. Like for us, sometimes too, it's just clarification. There are times where I think to myself, well, it's questionable. An ankle boot with an open toe, is that a sandal? Isn't that a sandal? That's a very subjective call. I call it a sandal because to me, the more places something pops up,
it's not gonna.
if it's questionable, but not out of the question to put it in that category, by all means put it in that category.
I think it's like the one I had. It's like, this doesn't seem to fit.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody saw we've got this one that looks like a sample of red. So if you put it in both places,
It's just one more place to capture them.
Yeah,
Right.
we can do that.
But a denim jacket and activewear, there's
Yeah.
nothing even a little bit active about it.
So it's got active jackets as a tag. It's that simple.
Right. Which,
And I go, okay.
and that's just, to me, that's maybe human error where we just say that really shouldn't have been tagged active jackets. So why was it?
And this something could be one of these things we need to do this immediate audit, which I'm looking at things, and when I looked at it now, I'm like, that doesn't seem to fit in the context of the page. And that's almost like, wait, does this make sense?
Right. Well, and I think someone like Carrie, who's been working in retail a really long time, she needs things to do for this internship of hers. And I think, Dave, she's the right person to do it because she really knows. Like, there's just some things that you almost just need all that retail experience to know, hey, this is not a cardigan, this is a whatever. It's a nuanced point.
And it's somebody that's removed.
Exactly. And my thing is,
She had mentioned doing that.
if we come across human errors, that's going to happen. All I want to know with the errors that we make is it an error because someone was being careful? In that case, then the answer is, okay, we've got to be more careful. But sometimes my question is it an error because of misunderstanding?
Yeah.
Now we really have an opportunity. Let's talk about
Right.
this. Was it tagged active jackets because whoever put it in thought that all free people was supposed to be considered active?
We talked about that. And
Right, there's free
Judy was
people
part of that
movement, and then there's
Right.
free people. That jacket is not free people movement.
Me, and again, in the context of the page, you go, that's why I brought
Right,
this
like
doesn't
even
look-
you, who hasn't worked forever in retail, knows
right.
that
It's
doesn't
like this
belong
doesn't
there.
seem to fit.
Right.
Right next, and it was sitting right next to the Shishi Moto jacket, faux leather. So right
Right.
next to that, it's like,
Right.
and
Okay.
the Demian stuff is right there.
Right.
So
And so, I
no,
think
it's
just frankly,
a lot
it's
better.
it's a little bit, Dave, like doing a store cleanup or a backroom cleanup. You need to do one big cleanup, and then all it is maintenance.
Yeah,
So
like
I
that.
feel
It's-
like Carrie, a big project for her could be, Carrie, literally, I want you to go through our entire website, and I mean every single page that we have, and I want you to write down anything where it's a misplacement of product, or any place where you think a product should be appearing, and you're not seeing it on there. You're going to miss a lot of things on that one. But the
that-
big one that's easy to catch is misplacement of product.
Yeah.
Make a list. Dave or Judy will correct
So-
all of those, and then after that, it's just each week checking the new arrivals to make
I
sure.
think the one that because those are easy. Like this jacket was easy.
Right.
The ones that probably worry me the most are the ones we need in multiple places. So if I'm looking at
Right.
sports
It's not a
balls-
misplacement. It's a missed opportunity.
Exactly.
Right.
There's not yet. Put it somewhere
I
else.
totally agree. I see that with shoes a lot.
So sports bras is probably not the best example, which I'm on now, because that's not. I think
I
that's
see it with things like jackets, or like outerwear, where something is
So a
sort of a
hoodie.
little bit of a jacket and an
this. Is
outerwear.
this a jacket?
Yes. Is it an active jacket? Yes. Is it just a jacket? Yes. Is
So
it a
it's interchange stuff. And some men's, because by the way, in the category men's jackets.
love it?
Because there was, we've got, I'll add some more in there. They'll be on tops, which I think makes sense to be in tops. Do
Absolutely.
you agree?
You know what, Dave? Absolutely. And here's my thing with misplacement. This is kind of an important point. I don't care at all. In fact, this isn't a bad thing. I do not care at all about minor misplacement. Minor misplacement is actually a good thing. Is that a sweater? But somebody might love that while they're on sweaters.
And
What
it's not
I-
on sweaters.
Right, so the thing that the only kind of misplacement, the only kind I care about is gross misplacement, where it makes us look like we really screwed up. Where it's a shoe sitting in the middle of a sweater page.
I
Or,
it was really weird. I had, and I was trying to do like, the faster you type, you gotta be careful with the tags. If you type fast and enter, it's gonna put something in there. You probably
it autofills.
Yeah, it auto
Right.
fills. And I had one today. It was like, black. Where did that come from? So I could delete that out. So it's a good example. And I'll show
check your
trying
work.
to be smart. Yeah, check your work.
Absolutely. And it's back to I want speed, but not